Hello everyone, this is Ashley and welcome to my kitchen. So today I have a Halloween cake that I'm going to make with you guys. Hopefully it will turn out the way that I planned. This is going to be a candy corn poke cake is what it is called. I actually found this recipe on Pinterest, like I find most of my things, and it was on simplejoy.com that I found this. But I do a lot of poke cakes and a lot of dump cakes is what they call them. They sound really terrible, but that's what they're called. So I wanted to show you guys some of the ones that I do mostly around like the fall season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, stuff like that, because the ones that I do are kind of themed around that. So I wanted to do one for my husband this time. So we are going to do a candy corn poke cake and I'm hoping that it turns out well. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So here is everything that you're gonna need for your candy corn poke cake. I will link the actual recipe down below to the website where I got this from. So you are gonna need stuff to make like a regular cake. So you do need a mixer, you need a mixing bowl. We're gonna need 3 different bowls here because if we're doing a candy corn cake, we're gonna try and dye the actual cake mix to the actual colors of candy corn. So we need 3 different bowls to do a orange, a yellow, and a white cake. So you need that. A nice baking pan for your cake. This is an old one that was actually my grandmother's. We need some candy corn, obviously. We're gonna need some sweetened condensed milk that we're gonna pour over the top of our poke cake. You need eggs and you need vegetable oil to make the regular white cake, something to grease it up nice and good. And then to top it off, we need the Cool Whip, and that's where the candy corn is gonna go. So I'm gonna try my best to show you guys how I do this. I have done some other cake things as well on my channel before around Easter and springtime, so make sure you check those out. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you like these kind of videos. So let's get into making the cake. First things first, you are going to want to have a white cake mix and all the ingredients included in the white cake mix, and we're just gonna mix it together and make the cake. Okay, so now that we have our cake mix made, to make this the candy corn poke cake, we have to make it look like candy corn. So the idea is to have 3 layers. We're gonna have a yellow layer, an orange layer, and then a white layer. And those are gonna simulate candy corn pieces. So I have 3 bowls here. We're gonna have to try and pour them as evenly as possible, and then we're gonna mix the colors and we need a yellow and an orange, and since this is already a white cake, we already have the white. So let's separate these into 3 even pieces. Okay, my colors are mixed, and that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. The orange definitely came out really like orange, and then we have the yellow, and then the white cake is just going to be the white. So the plan with this is that we're going to go ahead and grease up our pan, and then we are going to layer these. So first we're going to do, for candy corn, let me get a reference. It's always good to have a reference. So our reference, we're going to start with the yellow first. The yellow is going to be poured in, and then I'm going to freeze it for 20 minutes. Then I'm going to pour the orange right over top, freeze it for 20 minutes. And then we're going to pour the white cake on top, freeze for 20 minutes, then pull out and actually bake after that point. So You guys, it will only feel like a couple of seconds for you guys, but it's gonna be almost an hour-ish for me to have to do this. So yes, this is definitely one that you want to plan ahead. It's not one that you can just like regular dump cakes that I do. Like they sound so gross, but they're dump cakes. You just dump everything in. Those that I usually do, they don't take very long at all. You just literally have to dump it in and cook it. But something like this, if you're wanting to actually achieve the look, you're gonna have to spend some time on it. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's layer these, and then we're gonna freeze them, layer them, freeze them, layer them, freeze them, and then bake. And then after it's baked, we will do the actual poking part. So. Okay, first layer is in the freezer, so I'm gonna wait 20 minutes and then pull it out and then do the orange and then the white. But in the meantime, for me at least, I need to pass the time. You guys will just be like instantly. But for me to pass the time, I'm actually gonna go work on a Halloween DIY, some crafts that I've been doing as well. So be sure to check out my channel to see any of those other like Halloween DIY things as well. All right, so second layer is in the freezer at this time, so another 20 minutes, but I did want to point out a couple things to you guys I think you guys will appreciate. Check out my shirt. Isn't that like super cute? Oh my goodness, I love it. I found this at Walmart today. It was literally $6, but I just love that it's a jack-o'-lantern face, but it actually has eyelashes. So cute. All right, it is time to pour our final layer, the white layer, and then I'm going to go ahead and get the oven preheated to 350. So we're gonna pour the white layer and then put it in the freezer for just about as long as it takes the oven to heat up. All right, last layer done. We're gonna freeze this for another like about 20 minutes, as long as it takes for the oven to heat up, and then we are going to bake it. I'm really excited for this layered look to come together. I don't think that the cakes are gonna bleed simply because I have been freezing them. And so whenever you're actually spreading them, they look very, very thin, but keep in mind it is a cake, so it is going to rise, obviously. I don't know 100% sure, but like maybe next time I do this, I might do 2 cake mixes. We're just gonna see how high it rises, and we'll determine if that is something that I probably need to do differently in the future. So, all right, it's almost time to bake. All right, our cake has been in the oven for some time. We still have about 9 minutes left. So we're just baking this like the normal cake would. Let me just check on it. Oh. Interesting. Huh. All right. Not too much longer and we'll find out. Mimi, what do you think? All right, that's Mickey. Mickey, what do you think? Are you ready to see this cake? Huh? Mackie does like cake. Mix. You ready for the cake? Bye, Mickey. All right. A little bit more time. Oh, sorry. Ruby was jealous. Hi, Bubba. Hi, Ruby. Are you ready for a Halloween cake? Are you ready for a Halloween cake? No. Pretty kitty. Oh. It's almost time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right. Time for the cake. Come here, buddy. Ooh. Here it is. I'm a little bit concerned about our layers, because if you notice, the top layer looks like the orange bled through to the what's supposed to be the white layer. So I'm curious, but we're gonna let this cool off first for about 30 minutes probably, and then I'm gonna show you what actually makes this a poke cake, because that is the fun part. so it is time to make this an actual poke cake. So a poke cake, literally you're going to poke holes into your cake. I use this little spoon that I've had forever. I've seen some people use a straw, and sometimes that'll work a little bit better. But I think this works just fine. So all you're gonna do is gonna go through and poke holes in your cake. Usually you want to be somewhat close together, but you don't want them to be where they would just, it would just fall apart if you were to cut it. So pretty close together all throughout your cake. My husband was saying that it doesn't look like it rose very much. I think it's because it was cold, it was frozen. Not really frozen, but we did it the 20 minutes for it to set each layer. And I think that's why it didn't rise nearly as much. So again, like if I did this again, I'd probably do 2 cake mixes. And then I'm really curious, like I said before, to see the colors, because it looks like they all just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what they did. It's like the yellow's in the middle and then the orange and then the white. So if this is a fail, then it's a fail. And we'll try again some other time to see if it works. But I'm going by what was told to do, so we'll see how this works. So this is just a can of sweetened condensed milk, the 14-ounce can. We're gonna pour this whole can on top of this cake. And the whole goal is to really get it in the holes. It's been sitting out and it's kind of cold, so it's not really wanting to spread very well. But the whole goal is to get this where it'll go into the holes, so we'll have to help work it just a little bit. Oh, get back, kitties. Oh my goodness, the kitty cats smell the sweetened condensed milk and they're trying to get over here. No! Alright, so we're just going to spread this a little bit so it'll soak in. Over time, it will soak into the cake. We are going to put this back in the fridge again for a little bit, just to keep it kind of chilled. I honestly like these poke cakes when they're actually chilled, instead of just like serving them warm or anything. They always taste a little bit better, in my opinion, when they're chilled and stuff. So we're gonna really let this set. I'm actually gonna let it set overnight, because this video is actually taking place throughout the course of the whole day. It just kind of worked out that way, but we're going to just let this kind of set in the fridge overnight so that it will kind of soak in a little bit more, and then we'll top it and we'll put some candy corn on it. I pulled up a little bit of it. And then we will actually frost it. Well, we're gonna do whipped cream, but we're gonna put that on top as well. So that is what makes it a poke cake. And then this is slowly gonna soak in. You can already see kind of like where it's soaking into the holes a little bit. You can go back later, and also after it soaks in, you can kind of scrape the rest a little bit in. But I like it when it kind of goes in the sides a little bit too. So we're just gonna put this back in the fridge for a little bit, let it chill, let it soak in, and then we'll put the toppings on. It's been about 10 minutes that we're letting this soak, and you can see it's actually soaking into the holes of the cake pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and frost this. We're gonna just use some regular whipped cream to put on top. I have before mixed some of this whipped cream with like marshmallow cream. So it's has a little bit more of a sweet flavor, if that's something that you're interested in. But I'm just gonna do just the regular whipped cream this time. And all you're doing is covering it like you're gonna ice an actual cake and use all of the whipped topping. So you just want to make sure it's really good and spread out. And then another tip that I also saw on the website that I got this from is for your candy corn. You are going to just kind of like sprinkle it on top if you like candy corn. So necessarily this is not like going to taste like candy corn. It's just going to taste like a white cake mix with sweetened condensed milk in the middle of it. But if you want to actually add a little bit to it, you can add the candy corn. I know it's not everybody's thing, but we are going to put the candy corn on it when we get ready to actually eat it. So if you put the candy corn on now and then you let it set for a while, it'll actually bleed into the whipped cream, and so you'll have like colors all around the candy corn. And it doesn't look bad, it's just that for aesthetic purposes, we're not going to actually put the candy corn on until we are ready to eat it. So we'll do that next. Ruby's gonna be our cake decorator today. Wow. Really? You said what? Our cake has chilled for quite a while, and so now it is time to actually put the candy corn on. So like I said, you may want to wait and put the candy corn on right before you're going to eat it because the colors will bleed. So we just have our regular old candy corn here. And we're just going to sprinkle it on there. If this aggravates you, you can do it more orderly and make an actual design. I'm just going to sprinkle it because it's just going to get ate anyway. And a few more, just to kind of fill in the spots. And we love candy corn, so yes, we're going to put a bunch on here because we'll probably eat it with the cake, and or we'll just pick it off and eat it, which is what you could do as well. Like I said, the rest of this cake is not candy corn flavor. It is just candy corn on top. And my husband is here to help me try this out today because like I said, he wants the bag. Here. We love candy corn, so he's going to help me test it out here. And we're gonna cut this and just see what it looks like on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and see if the layers worked. I hope they do. Did it do it? Oh gosh, it's sticking to me. All right, here's a piece. Did it layer? Kind of, sort of. It kind of layered. All right, I'm gonna take out the other piece and then we'll look at the actual cross section of the cake. Look at these little plates too. They're so cute. All right, let's take out this other piece here. So if you can tell through the cake as well, there are like little holes because that's where you poke the holes, and then there's some things that soaked in, that sweet condensed milk soaked in, and it looks nice and like moist on the bottom, and nice and like it's gonna be like a gooey, yummy sweet cake. All right. I'm going to change the camera angle and see if we can see the cross section here, and then we're going to taste it. Here is the cake. Did the layers turn out? Was it accomplished? Not necessarily. I feel like the orange really took over the entire cake. You can see a small layer of yellow, and then it's basically orange. So I think the orange kind of bled into the white cake. So that's where I was saying before, I may try to do this with another cake mix, so like 2 cake mixes, and then I could like double up the yellow and double up the white or something, and then the orange could be in the middle. Maybe it won't bleed as much. So let's actually see how this tastes. All right, got you a fork. Got plastic ones over there. Here it is. See, a little bit of yellow in there. My wonderful husband. Say hi to Aaron. He's gonna try out the candy corn cake because he does love candy corn. It's probably gonna be really sweet because it's sweet condensed milk, like not cut with anything, like just poured into the cake.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you try some first and see what you think. Ooh, is it sweet?
It is sweet.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
I mean, candy corn is sweet too. What you think? Yeah, just like a regular poke cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, not necessarily candy corn, but just really sweet because of the sweet condensed milk.
Yeah, it's more the color.
Yeah, the color is what makes it candy corn. So I'm going to try a bite of mine. Can I have a fork, please? Thank you. All right. Here we go. It's not too sweet, I don't think.
Also,
It's just sweet enough.
A really big bite of the whipped cream topping.
Of the whipped cream topping. So the whipped cream is actually a little bit sweet on top of that. And like I said, it's not candy corn flavor. Have you tried a bite with candy corn on top?
Yes.
Was it different?
A little bit.
Yeah. So it's just a good decorative type cake. It's not going to have like a bunch of flavor. But it is something that you can make pretty easily and get a Halloween effect pretty easily and pretty quickly. And this would appease a bunch of people. So a lot of people don't like certain flavors and stuff. I feel like a bunch of people would like just a white cake that has whipped cream on it.
It's more for aesthetic.
Mm-hmm. I agree. All right, so that was it. That is my candy corn poke cake. So in the future, I'm going to show you some more poke cakes that I do and some of the dump cakes that I do because my husband loves my caramel apple dump cake. So does my dad. So I'm going to show you guys that.
It's so good.
It's so easy to make too. So, but thank you guys for joining me in this cake decorating. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe and let me know if you like this kind of stuff. If you want to see more of that from me, be sure to check out the other ones on my channel that I have done in the past. And hopefully I will see you guys in another video. Be sure also, if you do try this or you make it somewhere, that you tag me in Instagram in your picture and post it. My Instagrams are linked down below. So thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Rue. Bye. Bye. Say bye. Can you sit? Say bye.